Alrighty, what is up guys? Evan Aldo here. If you enjoy the content, smash the like button and check out the Aldo Empire Discord down below. Want to get into why I think Bitcoin could continue pumping, maybe even up to 28K in this, kind of relief rally upward. But obviously for the macro, when you look at the monthly here, trigger wave to the downside, when you look at some historical data, when you look at what we did about 4 years ago, October of 2019, we kept coming down, and you look at, you also did do some type of, higher low in 2015 as well for Bitcoin. So it does look likely that you will keep coming down after all is said and done here. When you look at some of the high time frames, the 2 week, kind of neutral there, but we did come into deeper into that money flow in the 2 week. I know it was the pandemic there, but you still, even with the Black Swan event, you still did your kind of higher low double bottom type thing that you did kind of over here as well. So I don't think we're there quite yet. I think we're probably at least going to come down to, at some point in the coming months, test around 22, 21K, that kind of area for your kind of double bot, or no, higher low, excuse me, that kind of area. So let's look at the kind of the why I think we could keep going up. Now, if we look at the 4-day here, you got a 4-day gap to RSI's green dot, this potentially coming up. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Also, these gap to RSI's, they look pretty good too. Confirmed bullish dip on the 2-day. And if we look at a chart that's more marked up here, looking at that 4-day, this almost looks like you could keep coming to 27.7, 28. On the real high end, I had CVO crypto on the other day. He was talking about 29K. I think these areas on the real high end, but let's focus on getting to 28K first before we talk about like real high numbers like that. So yeah, but ultimately when I look too, and money flow generally coming out on some of these middle time frames like the 12-hour, the 8-hour, you get money flow crossing into the green, and we're jumping up right now. I do think you're going to continue upward, and I am very happy with the long position I have in right now. So hopefully more info on that in the Discord, but hopefully it does play out. So pretty optimistic for the short term. Now, the other thing we want to compare this to a little bit, and I was talking about it in the live stream yesterday, is look what happened over here. Look what happened in October 2019. I think this was the last death cross, like the death cross that we just had. I forget what moving averages it is, but we came up a good amount and then we dumped right down. I think it was like a 4-day ordeal. So you could get some green here. You could get some green. You got some green. Once you turned green, confirmed green in the weekly, it was all over. Once you got green, it was all over on the Ikenashi. So how high do we have to get to turn green here? Probably 28, 27 something. That's potentially where we could go. I mean, it could even go up to 29 if we do, play out really like that. See, because that was kind of that high area where price stuck a lot, would be around 29, the low end 28.6. That could be likely here. That definitely could be likely here. So yeah, ultimately too, I mean, when you look at real low time frames, this looks good in the 10, money flow coming up. We're not even hitting any speed bumps. There's nothing even around where we are. You have a spiral line at 27.4. That could be a big place, that this area around there, 27.3, 27.4. So yeah, ultimately that's what I'm looking at. If we look at Ethereum now, let's go to Ethereum a little bit here. And Ethereum, I think could lag behind Bitcoin as it has been through this kind of rally upward. Double blood diamonds. This is ETH versus Bitcoin. Double blood diamonds on ETH versus Bitcoin. I think you inevitably will get down farther to 0.05 or something, that kind of low area. If you see what's happening, right here, this area, I think you're inevitably going to get to. It could dump down lower, but we'll talk about that once we start losing these areas and reevaluate and see how things look. But money flow on that weekly, I think, could come a good amount deeper here. I mean, I don't know about this deep, like, this crazy low like that, but I think it can. I think it ultimately can come a bit deeper. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at right there. So ultimately that is that. And then if we move on to Ethereum itself here, similar to Bitcoin, money flow coming up. We got a lot of good things here. 2-day bullish div. We got to break through 1650. I think we'll mess with that pretty soon. We got to break through that. Once you break through that, then you could get up to 1680. That would be approximately a 3% jump up. Just curious for Bitcoin if we were to Yeah, I think Bitcoin could jump up like 5 and ETH would jump up only 3 or something. I think it would continue to lag. I think it would continue to lag a bit here. When you zoom, yeah, I think, and then this area is huge, 1650. So for going along, I think just Bitcoin is kind of the no-brainer. Like if you're going to be going long on ETH versus on Bitcoin or Ethereum, Bitcoin is the one I would think. And ultimately, the weekly VWAP coming up right here, and if you look at the 2 week, macro is where it gets a much more bearish. Red dot in the monthly 2 week money flow looks like it wants to come deeper into the red. Maybe kind of similar to, ooh, this is interesting. So we're at the place where we're at that bottom right there. But the problem with this is you didn't get any really too much of a drop down yet. I think our eventual, after we do top out here, wherever it may be, our eventual dump down is going to be to 1300 next, and we'll reevaluate. Now, the other thing too is Bitcoin dominance keeps jumping up throughout this rally, which is what we've seen it do throughout obviously throughout the vast majority of this year. Bitcoin dominance just leading, following Bitcoin upward here as alts have been bleeding, and I think that can continue. And I think that it could be pretty soon. I think this trend reversal, these two trend reversals brought you down, but I think this is going to be the first trend reversal sign, this blue triangle. That's a trend reversal to bring you up some more to potentially 55%, maybe all the way up to 60%, like a lot of smart people have been talking about here. So I think we could see that in the coming months. I think that we want to come a little bit higher in the green here. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a bit higher, 55%. So yeah, at least, and that's at the time where I think altcoins could be a good buying opportunity. What I'm looking at, this is total three, crypto market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I've originally kind of been talking about the 2 week coming into these 2 week green Heikin-Ashis being a good buying opportunity. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet, and I think this is going to roll over, especially when you look at the weekly trigger wave, and I think you could come down a bit more here. I don't know about this low, but I think you could bleed for the average altcoin down another 30% or more against Bitcoin. So that's ultimately what I'm looking at. I think we're going to come into the red with these Heikin-Ashis, and then the next time you come into the green here, I think that's going to be a pretty good place. And then look at that 20-hour. I think they're going to continue to bleed. Now, if we look at a few fan favorites, Cardano right here up to the neckline, and then potentially right up to 26 cents. If we keep jumping up with Bitcoin, I think you have some more short-term potential. Solana as well, kind of out of that formation. My guess is you would come back up to 20 or so around here, that kind of rounding bottom thing, and then it looks like you're breaking out of it right now. You could get up to that wick, 2050. That's what I'm looking at potentially for the short term here. Anyway, guys, if you want to trade, check out FAIRDESK. Link down below. They are doing a second anniversary trading competition. Top 10 traders get a $4,000 daily bonus. So that's really good. Check that out. Link down below. FAIRDESK, good exchange. No KYC required. When does this start? I believe this starts. Did it already start? Starting 8 a.m. UTC on Mondays. So believe, on the 11th of each month. So we'll figure out what's going on there. But I believe the thing itself already started. Believe so. Let me participate here. Yeah. So it's already started September 11th. So check it out. Link down below. Also, MEXC is great. This is the last day you could get a deposit bonus for MEXC. If you deposit $100, signing up with my link and doing one futures trade, you can get a $200 deposit trading bonus. 2 people will get that with my link. You got really good odds. I think you got very, very good odds. So check that out. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.